What's up, everybody? I just wanted to make a quick video for anyone who does not post content to showcase two things. One, it's how I create content in a distraction free environment. And so, what I mean by that is, for example, I'm not able to see my posts, the likes, the comments, the impressions, none of that stuff. I'm not able to see it over here. If I were to look at someone else's profile, I'm not able to see their posts, their comments, none of that stuff, right? If I were to go to the feed, my feed is also blocked. I'm not able to see my feed. And so, what it allows me to do is really just post content and leave the platforms, right? Rather than being a consumer, I am a producer, and the platform that I leverage is Social Pilot. It allows you to basically post to any social media platform seamlessly, right? And so if I wanted to make a YouTube post along with a LinkedIn post, I can do those simultaneously from this platform. The cool thing about this is that you can also hire someone to do this on your behalf, and so they can post on your behalf as well. But more importantly than anything is that it allows you to stay off the social media platforms, limiting your distractions. Now, the next part is how I create my content and what I create my content about. If you've watched my videos before or seen my posts before, you know that it's not the same as most content creators. An example of this is like lead magnets, for example. So I do provide lead magnets like any other content creator, but I don't gatekeep them behind comments, likes, or any of that stuff. People could just access literally every single one of them that I've ever made in one page like this. It's also it's the main reason for that is because I'm not really trying to get leads. Like that's not my main purpose for creating content. The main purpose is actually something that Alex Hormozi said before, which is his advice to his younger self, which is just documenting the journey, right? Just documenting the journey, talking about what you're doing. Like literally all of the automations that I have shared here are ones that I was building myself. So I would build like a crazy onboarding process, and then I would just split it into two parts, where it's like the smart lead onboarding, the clay onboarding, and then just give it out to people for free. So these are literally what I built in my own internal operations. I just gave them to other people, right? And spent a little bit more time making it easy for them to set it up. But that's really the gist of it, right? So it's all about documenting the journey. But now, this is one of the benefits of documenting your journey publicly, is because you say a lot of things, a lot of them being wrong, a lot of them being right, a lot of them being whatever. But at the end of the day, you're just saying things about what you're working on. And this is an example of that: 50K per month with 0 employees, my strategy. This is another post. Within 6 to 18 months, my goal is to hit 50K per month with 0 employees. And you could just keep going down this page and you'll see a bunch of different posts that I made related to my goal of 50K per month. But now here's the extra benefit of this whole process. It's when you start putting time frames on these things, right? And so I said within 6 to 18 months, this is my goal. And this post was made 5 months ago. Well, guess what? It's 5 months later, and now I've got 12 to 13 months basically, as my top end for the goal. And I do also recall making, oh yeah, this one right here, within the next 3 to 9 months. Right? I said 3 to 9 months, which is like 1 week ago. And so like I'm relatively close in the big picture, but these are still time frames that I'm going to have to look at. I'm going to have to look at uh, eventually, right? A year might pass, 2 years might pass, 3 years might pass, and I could just look back at my posts and realize, God damn, I'm way behind with what my goals were. And then you just basically reflect and be like, okay, what went wrong? And that's exactly where I'm at right now. Cause like I said, I posted this 6 months ago and I'm like, okay, so what was I posting about 5 months ago, 6 months ago? And then I just looked at all of the posts that I made, all of the different priorities that I set up, all of the different things that I've been working on. And then it just becomes like crystal clear, like what went wrong, right? And why I've not hit my goal yet. And so yeah, that's the main benefit, right? It's just being able to look at yourself objectively. And also because you're posting these things publicly, other people can hold you accountable to that, right? I've hopped on calls before with people, and people have said like, "Oh, hey, you're working towards the 50K per month goal." If I hop on a call with them 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, they will probably have forgotten. Like honestly, they I don't think they care that much. But in case they do remember, it's going to sting a little bit when they say, "Hey, what happened to 50K per month?" And then you're not there yet, and it's been 3 years, and you made several posts with timeframes, uh, talking about your goal. And so, if you're not making content, I would highly recommend that you start making content, um, and watch your social media time. Right. So like when you start making content, watch how much more time you're spending. So don't increase your social media time. And if you notice yourself doing that, try out this method, Social Pilot. In order for us to remove all of the posts, we're using an ad blocker. And so an ad blocker looks something like this, where you could do like hide something on this page, and we can literally hide anything. So if I wanted to hide that, I can hide it. If I wanted to hide more things, like as you can see, when I bring this up, we can hide pretty much anything on any website. Like the top section of LinkedIn, I've hidden that. And so that's how you create content distraction free. This is how I document my journey. And by the way, this is also one of the last videos that I'm going to be making in a long time because, as the Migos say, what do they say? Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Um, I think I just need to do a little bit more walking than talking. That's honestly the truth. It's like, you know what? I've been talking for 5 months, and realistically, I think that what I really did in 5 months was learning a lot, but also at the same time, I got distracted a lot because, um, I started a consulting business. I started a consulting business, and that was nice. That was great. Worked on testimonials, got so many things done, but it's at the same time, it's like I got so many things done, but at the same time, I got so little done, which is crazy to think about. And so this is the one question that I'm asking myself. Does this help me reach my goal? Yes or no? And I think that posting content regularly is going to help me reach my long-term goals. But I think that pausing to create the content until I hit the 50K per month is not necessarily like a horrible idea. So I'm gonna focus on, because I have two goals, right? So these are my goals. 50K per month with 0 employees. And then I've got top 1% agency in the, and then I like to use the emoji world. So in the world. So top 1%. So stopping to post content, I don't think is going to hurt this first goal, because realistically, I can get client through cold outreach and cold calls and other stuff like that, right? Building a top 1% agency, I think that building a strong brand is going to be a factor. But at the same time, I also think that just reaching this goal, period, is going to help my content and brand more. And so I think that when it comes to different priorities, I think that creating content here before the goal versus creating content after the goal has been achieved, I think that I'll be able to get a multiple of at least 5 to 10x, because it's completely different it's completely different when you're making a video saying 50K per month with 0 employees, my strategy. And then inside the video, it's how I'm working towards getting there, versus 50K per month with 0 employees, my strategy. And it's like how I got there. And so in one video, someone's going to be watching it and being like, oh, this is cool. Like I could potentially replicate some of this stuff. In another one, they're like, I'm going to be replicating these things because they have worked before. And so I do think that the content after the goal has been hit is going to be better. And so I'm just going to pause it. I'm just going to see like what happens if I just go all in. Like literally, even though I've got like a distraction free LinkedIn and like I'm able to post content without being overly distracted, like what happens if I really just go all in and I focus on the one goal? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, hope you found this valuable. If you're not creating content, I highly recommend it. That is one of Alex Hormozi's regrets, and I like to learn from other people's regrets so that I don't make the same mistakes. And so this is something he said was a good idea for him that he would have done before. And so if you're in that stage, then just make content. Doesn't matter about what you make content about. Okay, that's it for me. Bye.